Well, the Giants lose tonight to the Mets 6-3. This is Giants Roundup on Tuesday, August 21st. In a night where we have a bunch of negative news tonight. Follow on Giants Roundup. You can follow on Twitter, join the Crook and Kite page on Facebook. Most importantly, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. Tonight, the Giants lose to the Mets, and now they fall to 62 and 65 on the season. And yes, the bats, we thought, hey, a teaser homer in the first inning by Evan Longoria. It was 2-0 Giants. And then Chris Stratton was actually pretty good on the mound tonight. 6 1/3, 2 earned, 4 strikeouts. Not 0 walks, not too bad. Steven Matz, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned, 5 Ks, 1 walk. Sam Dyson looked pretty good on the mound tonight. 2/3 of an inning pitch, he was solid. Certainly, I think the Giants brass should really thinking about put Sam Dyson on waivers after tonight. Pretty good showcase for Dyson in the event that Dyson is placed on revocable waivers. And then Tony Watson comes in. First, it was Conforto sacrificing. It scores McNeil. Oh, this is Stratton still. Okay. Conforto sacrifices. It scores McNeil. 2-1 Giants. Jackson singles to left. It scores Wilmer Flores 2-2. That would be the end of Chris Stratton's night. Then the 8th comes in. Tony Watson, not a good night for him. McNeil again, doubles to left. It scores Jose Reyes 3-2 Mets. Then the dagger, Conforto with a home run to left field. And yes, McNeil and Flores score. The 2 Giant killers tonight at 6-2. That would be the dagger. Slater with a teaser run in the 9th, 6-3 would be your final score. And Tony Watson, not a good night for him. He allows 4 earned in 1 inning pitch. His ERA goes up to 2.77 on the year. And it was definitely the Jeff McNeil show tonight as he goes 4 for 4. Wilmer Flores goes 2 for 3. And that was all the hitting they needed. Evan Longoria, definitely good tonight, 2 for 4. Longo hits his 13th home run on the season. We need to see more of Austin Slater. Slater was definitely good at the plate tonight. He goes 2 for 4. So I'd like to see Slater get some more reps here. And now that it's garbage time, you got to play him. Stratton, I think he's earned himself another start here. And it may not hurt. Maybe you move Andy Suarez to the pen short term. We'll see what happens with that. But certainly I think Chris Stratton's earned another start. And then Derek Law was optioned back to Sacramento after winning the game. So his reward is another trip back to Sacramento. And then also we got some news from Buster Posey that he will have hip surgery. We don't know when the hip surgery will take place. He will catch tomorrow. Honestly, I think once a roster spot is cleared, I think it will be September. Honestly, it'll probably be September 1st is when we will see Buster Posey go on the DL. Then you can carry 3 catchers on September 1st. You could see Aramis Garcia probably called up, and then on top of that, you bring up Ronnie Freeman as your third catcher. That's what I think will happen by then. And realistically, I think that would be the best move. But I also don't think Posey should be catching here. The season's over. Why are you still trotting out Buster Posey with that hip? Next year, I think his starts in the squat should be significantly scaled back next year. It's nothing against Buster Posey, but He's only going to get worse for each year he's catching, and I think at this point in time, he's better off playing first base. If Brandon Belt's not traded this offseason, you move him to left field next year. So I think you move and have Brandon Belt play your everyday left fielder. And that may not be such a bad outfield next year. Brandon Belt in left, Steven Duggar in center, Austin Slater in right. Doesn't that look great? And maybe Brandon Belt will have to improve on the outfield, but I think Brandon Belt, it's time to embrace Buster Posey as a first baseman and not a catcher. And I don't know if this hip condition is degenerative or not, but a lot of catchers, they don't catch deep into their 30s. And Buster Posey's been in the squat since 2009. So it's not too often you see catchers make it 10 years in the majors. And, for the next 2-3 years, have him play first base. You maybe go out in the offseason, sign somebody like Wilson Ramos to a 1 or 2 year contract to bridge the gap until Joey Bart's ready to go. I'm now really interested to see how good Aramis Garcia is. I think we will be seeing a lot of Aramis Garcia in September. If Posey's still playing in September, I think his starts in the squat will be significantly reduced. And I think that would be the smart move. You maybe go with Hundley, a combination of Hundley and Garcia at catcher. And maybe if Posey insists on playing, have him play first base. This is where Posey needs to be playing next year. He's a first base. I think he's a better off being a first baseman, not a catcher. And some people think, it's because he's going to hit more. Is going to help his diminished power. No, it's not. It's going to be good for his health. He's had a great career as a catcher. Posey's going to have his number 28 is going to be retired after he leaves the Giants. Nobody else is going to wear number 28. And he is probably one of the best catchers of the 2000s, 2010 of this decade. Posey's one of the best. But I feel the time has come for Posey to start playing first base. And the Giants will be better for it. And that maybe fills one hole. You're going to probably have Joe Panic gone, so you're going to have to go out and look for a second baseman. Do they maybe look at DJ LeMahieu? That's something we'll get further as we get deeper into September. And we'll see. I think we'll see if there's any takers out there for Brandon Belt. I certainly think Brandon Belt will be available on the trading block this offseason, along with Madison Bumgarner. But I wish Brandon Belt I wish Buster Posey a lot of luck. He's a great player, but come on. He should not be catching. Realistically, it's just better to shut him down now and have him have the surgery. But I totally would not be surprised if on September 1st, Buster Posey shut down for the season. Or once McCutchen is traded to clear roster space on the 40-man to add somebody like Ronnie Freeman so you can carry 3 catchers. So we'll see what happens there. But Posey, I honestly think that Posey should be shut down. The season's lost for the most part. It's just time to start evaluating Aramis Garcia. And I think that's what September is going to end up being. I think you may see 2 or 3 catchers play. You're going to probably see a lot of Nick Hundley and Aramis Garcia and maybe even Ronnie Freeman in this evaluation period. But we'll see. We did have some trades today through the waiver wire. Bryce Harper was claimed by the Dodgers but was not traded. I didn't think that was going to happen. They would want a king's ransom back for Bryce Harper. But Daniel Murphy traded to the Chicago Cubs, and the Nationals get back Andrew Monasterio and a player to be named later or cash considerations. Matt Adams traded to the St. Louis Cardinals for cash considerations. Tomorrow, Andrew McCutchen should clear waivers either tomorrow or Thursday. We'll find out if anybody made a waiver claim on McCutchen. If not, I'm hoping he goes to Philadelphia. I think the Phillies would be a great spot for him. He could be a mentor to the youngsters. And I think his power would work a lot better over there at Citizens Bank Ballpark. A lot of those home runs that have got AT&T'd would clear the fences over there at Citizens Bank Park. So I hope that he ends up over in Philadelphia. And maybe we get back somebody like a pitching prospect or two back for Andrew McCutchen. We shall see. And then good job by Washington, though, for doing as much of a sell-off as they can. I think it's going to be some leaner times coming. But just don't make the mistake of making Dave Martinez the scapegoat. I don't think he needs to be one and done at this moment, so we'll see what happens there this offseason. But for tomorrow, the Giants will this was the last good chance to get a win. Now the Giants will face the pair of aces in the next two games. Tomorrow night, it will be Casey Kelly going up against Noah Syndergaard. And Syndergaard not having the best of years. 8-3 with a 3.40 ERA. But I just have this feeling that the Giants are going to get very little runs. The offense is going to be putrid again. But we shall see. Stranger things have happened. We'll see if Andrew McCutchen's in the starting lineup tomorrow. We'll find out about that tomorrow. We'll see if Sam Dyson's placed on waivers. But as we head into the... But the front office has finally waved the white flag. And I think Posey should wave the white flag at this point in time. Let's go to the MLB Roundup for tonight. The Pirates lose to the Braves 6-1, taking the win. Kevin Gausman taking the loss. Ivan Nova. Kurt Suzuki goes 2 for 3 for Atlanta. Dansby Swanson went 2 for 4, and both were home runs tonight. And it was his 12th of the year. In Toronto, the Blue Jays beat the Orioles 8-2, taking the win. Sam Gaviglio taking the loss. Dylan Bundy, who gets pounded for 7 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. Curtis Granderson, 2 for 3 for the Blue Jays. Kendrys Morales, 3 for 4. Billy McKinney goes 2 for 3 and hits his first major league home run. Morales hits his 17th home run on the year. And now Bundy owns an ERA of 5.31 on the year. Not all that wonderful. In Detroit, the Tigers beat the Cubs 2-1, taking the win. Jordan Zimmerman taking the loss. A tough loss for Kyle Hendricks, who only gives up 2 in 7 innings, normally a win, but no run support tonight. Anthony Rizzo goes 2 for 3 for the Cubbies. V-Mart goes 3 for 4 as he looks to retire on top here in the month of September. In Boston, the Indians beat the Red Sox 6-3, taking the win. Shane Bieber taking the loss. Nathan Eovaldi. Melky Cabrera goes 3 for 4, along with Yan Gomes. Cabrera hits his 6th home run of the year. Gomes his 12th home run of the year. In Tampa Bay, the Rays beat the Royals 4-1, taking the win. Blake Snell taking the loss. Glenn Sparkman. Kansas City's now lost 88 games on the season thus far. Tommy Pham goes 3 for 4. Willie Adames 3 for 4 for the Rays. And Adames hits his 7th home run on the year. And Baltimore is now 11 losses away from 100. In Miami, the Yankees beat the Marlins 2-1, taking the win. A.J. Cole taking the loss. Javi Guerra. Neil Walker goes 2 for 3 for the Bombers tonight. In Milwaukee, the Brewers lose to the Reds 9-7, taking the win. Raisel Iglesias taking the loss. Dan Jennings, who gives up an earned run without recording an out tonight for Milwaukee. Al Romano actually went 1 for 2 for the Reds tonight. Jonathan Shoup 1 for 1. Ryan Braun 2 for 2 coming off the bench. Shoup hits his 1st home run on the year in a pinch hit role. And David Hernandez surrenders 2 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. Guerra gave up 7 runs, 2 earned. And then Dan Jennings an earned. Corey Nebel an earned run with 1/3 of an inning pitched. And now Milwaukee falls into 3rd place with the loss, depending on the results of the Dodgers-Cardinals game. And really should start looking at adding a starter here before too long. In Denver tonight, the Padres beat the Rockies 4-3, taking the win. Robbie Erlin taking the loss. Tyler Anderson, who strikes out 8 and 6 and a 1/3 innings. DJ LeMahieu goes 2 for 3 for the Rockies. Gerardo Parra 1 for 1. And for San Diego, Franmil Reyes goes 2 for 3 for the Friars. And now Colorado falls a game back of Arizona. And games currently in progress. Oh, and a game that just went final in D.C. The Nationals clobber the Phillies 10-4. Jimmy Cordero takes the win. Taking the loss is Victor Arano. Vince Velasquez only goes 4 innings pitched. Arano allows 4 earned in 1 inning pitched. Adam Morgan an earned run in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Eduardo Ramos an earned run in 1 inning pitched. Yaxel Rios 3 earned in 1 inning pitched. Tanner Rourke only goes 3 innings before the rain delay. Matt Grace 4 runs, 3 earned for Washington. And it was mostly a bullpen game due to the weather tonight in D.C. As Washington, even though they had a fire sale, now they will look to be spoilers here down the stretch. In Chicago, the White Sox and Twins tied at 2 apiece in the top of the 9th inning. Adam Engel going 2 for 3 for the White Sox thus far. Mitch Garver 1 for 1 pinch hitting tonight. Bobby Wilson 1 for 2. Robbie Grossman 1 for 2 for Minnesota. And Minnesota just takes the lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Jose Barrios an earned run in 5 innings pitched. And in the desert, the D-backs and Angels tied at 4 apiece in the bottom of the 8th inning. Currently pitching for the Halos is Justin Anderson. David Fletcher goes 3 for 4 for the Halos. David Peralta goes 3 for 3 for the Snakes. It's his 24th home run of the year. Patrick Corbin sharp tonight, 2 earned, 6 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts. Felix Pena, 4 earned, 6 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts. So definitely a lot of swings and misses tonight in this game. Currently in LA, the LA Dodgers are trailing the St. Louis Cardinals 3-1. Manny Machado is 2 for 3 for the Dodgers. Chris Taylor 2 for 3. 2 for 2. Daniel Ponce de Leon gets the start. 1 earned run in 4 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts. Hyun-Jin Ryu, 3 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. And if the Dodgers lose tonight, they will fall 3 games back of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And currently on the other side of the bay in Oakland tonight, the A's blanking the Rangers again tonight. 6-0 in the top of the 8th inning. Jerus Familia currently pitching for the A's. Nick Martini 2 for 4. Jed Lowry 2 for 2. Chris Davis 2 for 4 and has hit his 38th home run on the season for the A's. Steven Piscotty going 2 for 4. Ramon Laureano 2 for 4 for Oakland. And another great outing out of Brett Anderson. Only gives up 1 hit in 7 innings pitched for Oakland. Ariel Jurado 4 earned in 5 2/3 innings pitched. Matt Moore 2 earned in 1 1/3 innings pitched. And both battling for first place. And in the other part of the NL West, the other first place team tied for first. The Astros currently leading the Mariners 3-1. Ross Detweiler pitching for the Mariners. Ross Detweiler from Fresno State. Carlos Correa 2 for 2 for the Astros. Gene Segura 2 for 3 for the Mariners. Nick Vincent was the opener tonight for the Mariners. Brad Peacock the opener for the Astros. As the Mariners are trying to cling on to the wild card race here, trying not to fall. If they lose tonight, they would fall 4.5 back of the wild card. And that's not exactly where you want to be this time of year. And let's take a look at the standings at this point. Boston currently still in command of the division. Cleveland, if the season were to end today, the winner of a 1-game playoff between Houston and Oakland would host Cleveland. The loser would head to the Bronx to play the New York Yankees. And Seattle 3.5 back at this moment. And in the NL, Chicago would host the winner of Milwaukee and St. Louis. And if Milwaukee does lose tonight, chaos would ensue. And then Arizona would go to Atlanta for game 1. And Philadelphia half a game back, Colorado half a game back, LA 2 back, and Washington and Pittsburgh fading out of it at 6 and 6.5 back. Now down in the minors, in the battle of 99, the Grizzlies currently clobbering the Sacramento River Cats 9-2. With a win tonight, the Grizzlies' magic number to clinch will drop to at least 6 or 5. Katie Davis going 3 for 4 for the Grizzlies. Jordan Alvarez 2 for 3 for Fresno. Mayfield hits his 15th home run of the year. Peter Bourgeau 2 for 3 for the River Cats. Miles Schroeder 1 for 1. Ronnie Freeman as the DH 1 for 1. Rogelio Armenteros 2 earned in 5 innings pitched at this moment. Daniel Camarena bounced after 3 1/3 innings. 7 earned, 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Josh Osich 2 unearned runs, and a wild pitch. So we'll look at the standings here see if there's any change in the standings. But it's looking like the number will at least drop to 6 for Fresno to clinch the PCL Pacific Northern Division. And let's see what the Reno Aces are doing at this moment. And in the top of the 6th inning, again, Reno against Tacoma. No score, top of the 6th inning in Tacoma tonight. So if Reno loses, the magic number could fall to 5 for the Fresno Grizzlies to win the Pacific Northern Division in the PCL. All right, this will conclude it for tonight's show. Everybody have a great Tuesday night. We'll be back on air tomorrow night. And hopefully we'll see the Giants play more Slater. And if you're watching Buster Posey, shut it down for the year. Think about your health. Good night.